This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Friday. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan, along with Josh Stone, who's in for John Scalzi. And Josh, well, Football Friday night, we thought you'd bring better news than John brought us last week with the Hurricane Hermine or Tropical Storm Hermine and canceling most games.
The pressure's on. The pressure's on.
Yes, it is, Josh. You feel it?
You know, a week ago, you're right. I mean, Hurricane Hermine hit the nature coast of Florida, the Big Bend of Florida. So we don't have any hurricanes hitting the state of Florida today, but there could be a few showers and storms that maybe could affect some of the football games, but we'll just have to monitor that pretty closely.
See how we buried that a little bit, like the bad, downplayed it, but
you know,
you're going to be the bad guy.
Meteorology schooling, you know, you just kind of keep it vague.
Possibly, right.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I've got to cover myself, but anyway, let's check out the current temperature right now. 78 degrees, dew point at 74. The radar is quiet now, but as we discussed, there could possibly be some showers and storms late this afternoon, and then this evening we do have that easterly flow, so the ingredients are there for more storms, but still, again, like the last few days, we have drier aloft, so that could limit the amount of showers and storms developing. However, depending on where these games are, there could be a storm that comes that way, so we'll just have to look at it pretty closely. When I come back, we're going to talk about this tropical system off the coast of Africa. Of course, tomorrow is the peak of the tropical season. We'll talk more about this in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways not being affected by weather right now, although there are some wet roadways from overnight rain. Be aware of that. You see coming south on 301 as you approach State Road 70, there is a bit of a delay. Also on Cortez Road as you head west at about 26th Street. Be aware of that. No accidents showing on our screen, so not sure what the delay is, but be aware. And also, everything in Sarasota County looking pretty good. Everything's moving along, no issues or delays getting where you want to go. Topping our news this morning, a Manatee County woman is behind bars accused of trying to have her ex-husband killed.
Why did you do it?
Rachel Leahy remains silent as she was taken in handcuffs from the sheriff's office to a squad car waiting for her outside. The 34-year-old now faces charges for solicitation of murder. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office started its investigation last month after receiving a tip. They say Leahy offered to pay an undercover detective $5,000 to kill her ex-husband, a 59-year-old who lives in Sarasota. She was arrested after trying to give the detective half of the payment. An investigation reveals Leahy wanted her ex-husband killed so that she could have custody of their children. The ex-husband is declining to comment at this time.
Meanwhile, an employee at a Bradenton daycare where an infant was bitten multiple times by another child is under arrest. Casey Burke is being charged with 1 count of child neglect, and according to the arrest report, on the day of the incident, Burke was responsible for approximately 5 children who she left unsupervised for several hours. Burke has since been fired by Jay's Bright Learners Daycare.
It's one thing if you go get a drink of water, you go to the restroom, but this was an extended period of time where she wasn't in charge of these children, and that's when the biting took place.
Burke is the only staff member charged as of now, though the incident has sparked investigations with the state attorney's office and the Department of Children and Families, and both of those investigations are ongoing.
With plans being made across the country for the 15th anniversary of September 11th this weekend, a commemoration is still set for the Sarasota National Cemetery. The Sarasota Ministerial Association says there was confusion due to a recent hack of their Facebook page and email server, which led to false information being shared. A post and email was sent out saying that the 9/11 commemoration that was planned for this Sunday was canceled. But the president of the association says that is not the case. The commemoration is still to take place at the cemetery beginning at 6 o'clock on Sunday night. Meanwhile, the Suncoast Blood Bank will be honoring the anniversary by hosting a blood drive this Sunday. The blood drive will be held at the Lakewood Ranch Donor Center on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard from noon until 5, and donors will receive a free t-shirt while local restaurants will provide food and beverages. The blood bank says they need to collect 125 units of blood every day year-round to meet the needs of our community.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is looking to improve communication with the community. The Sheriff's Office is partnering with the Nextdoor social network in an attempt to connect with local neighborhoods. Nextdoor is a website where residents can create a page for their neighborhood to share information regarding public safety, community events, and local services. The Sheriff's Office will also be able to post news and emergency notifications on the website to more easily share it throughout the county. The website is free to use, and those interested can go to nextdoor.com and enter their address to be part of that website. And Manatee County drivers with a suspended license will get a little reprieve today, an amnesty of sorts. Today, the county is offering its first ever driver's license reinstatement day. From noon until 5, those who have registered with the county will be able to meet with staff to receive help reinstating their license. Only those who have registered in advance can request an appointment. The event is for those who have had their license suspended because they failed to pay for a traffic citation. And changes could be coming to Fruitville Road between 41 and 301. The proposed changes would eliminate the bike lanes on that stretch of road. Sarasota is considering $2.9 million in alternatives. The first plan is to widen the sidewalks to 10 feet. The second would add 3 roundabouts at the intersections of Fruitville at Coconut, Central, and Lemon Roads, allowing for the sidewalks to be widened to 16 feet. Now, some bicycle enthusiasts are doing what they can to keep the bike lanes right where they are.
Fruitville Road is the only, perhaps with the exception of University Parkway, the only road we have for bicyclists to travel east-west.
Our analysis and traffic studies have shown that there are few bicyclists utilizing this corridor today. And the ones that do generally are only on the corridor for short periods of time.
The city of Sarasota will hold a public hearing on this in about 2 months before it's presented to commissioners.
The Amish and Mennonite Pinecraft community in Sarasota County will soon have more room for visitors. The Sarasota County Commission unanimously approving plans for a new hotel in the heart of the Pinecraft neighborhood. The Dutchman Hospitality Group needed the zoning changes in order to move forward with their proposal. Now the Carlisle Inn will be built behind the Der Dutchman restaurant on Bay Vista Street. Once complete, the 4-story hotel will include 103 rooms and will also have an off-street parking lot. There's still no word on when the construction will begin. But it doesn't look like a new hotel will go up on Longboat Key anytime soon. Last week, residents voted down a referendum that would have allowed a developer to move forward with the plan to build the North End Hotel and Beach Club along Gulf of Mexico Drive. The developer says that at this time, he does not plan to continue pursuing the project. Well, as dredging projects continue on Lido Key, Longboat Key commissioners will meet next month to decide which canals need to be dredged there. An engineering consultant has been studying the depth of the island's canals and inlets to see which areas may need to be dredged, and the commission will also have to decide who pays for the projects. Previous dredging has been paid for through general operating funds, but now one option is to move the cost over to property owners who will benefit from that specific dredging. Public meetings will be held before any financial decisions are made.
Students at the State College Florida Collegiate School are putting their homework assignment to good use. 60 students were tasked with writing a book in English and Spanish to send to a child in another country. They had to research, write, draw, and translate their stories into Spanish. The assignment is part of an initiative to expand students' horizons and communicate with people from around the world.
One of our initiatives is for students to be global citizens, to be globally aware of what's going on in the world. So our 6th grade class last year, we decided to promote literacy.
My book is about colors, and it is written in Spanish and English, so the kids in Honduras can translate from Spanish to English, so it'll help them learn English too.
Each student wrote their own book. All the books were originally set to go to Guatemala, but they will now be sent to a former SCF Collegiate School teacher in Honduras, who will distribute them to students there.
What a great story. And that's a lot of fun.
It's
a good assignment.
Everybody wins in that situation.
Yes.
They learn, they write, they help, and then others are helped by it.
Well, here's an uplifting story. 3 Suncoast football players are being called heroes after helping a stranded woman during last week's tropical storm.
ABC 7's Ray Collins has this wonderful story.
It's down to a matter of hours before Braden River's first home game Friday night, and the players are focused on football. But a few days ago, the coach said some of these players did something that was larger than football.
Yeah, I got an email from the lady that was helped, and she ended the email with, they were my heroes for the day.
And here are those three heroes, Demetrius Lawson, Paul Wiggins, and Devontae Seabrooks. They were at Lawson's house on 3rd Street West in Bradenton during the storm when this side street began flooding.
All this whole thing right here was flooded.
Lawson showed us how high the water got on his waist. 2 women got stuck in their van. 2 of the boys began to spring into action, and the third caught cell phone video of the very end of their good deed when the water got lower. The driver says she thought she and her 87-year-old passenger were going to have to get out and swim.
And nobody else is helping us, so it was like, why not just do a good deed and help her?
The woman offered the boys $20 for their good deed, but the boys wouldn't take it.
Like, she is, can barely talk to us because she is so emotional. Yeah.
Why didn't you take the money?
Because it didn't feel right, because at the time it was like she was in need, so it was like, why not help her? Like, we not doing nothing, and she's just sitting there.
How did it make you feel after you did it?
It made me feel good to know that I can help people, because I wouldn't want to be stuck in the same situation and nobody helped me.
Seabrook says word spread fast among his classmates.
I had a couple text me after it and stuff, and good stuff.
The coach says good deeds like this go a long way at this level.
To kind of do those things outside of school, it's definitely shows some leadership and, kind of resonates throughout the program.
The coach says the boys made the entire school proud. In the newsroom, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Ray. It's such a great story, especially since, a lot of times we're talking about all the fighting and hassling that's going on social media with the football programs around the Suncoast, and to see this, to see such respectful young men.
And she used the word heroes. They're my heroes.
Yeah.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? She's going to sing to them. They
That
wouldn't
was
take the money, but now she'll
Yeah, and she even
serenade them.
emailed them saying, I want to contribute to their football program because I'm just so impressed by what they did.
I think that's great.
And it ended up their good deed is resonating with their whole team now. So it's
Heroes.
really cool.
They're
Really
heroes.
nice to see.
Good job.
Well, speaking of football, tonight's Friday Night Football.
Yeah, you better hold off the rain for us, Josh.
I'm trying to do what I can. I'm just a messenger, but we'll see what happens
You're
here.
the man behind the
See-
curtain, pal.
Yes. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. But anyway, we will see what we can do as far as getting those games in tonight. There could be a few showers, and we'll talk all about it in a few minutes.
All right, also coming up, a national bank is in hot water after federal regulators say they opened millions of unauthorized accounts for customers without their knowledge. We have that story. Stay with us.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Ford Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Bring your measurements this Saturday from 9 to 4 to get huge discounts. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried, Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
People ask me all the time, George, what do I do with my idea for a new product? I tell them, call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been providing patent referrals, preparing ideas, and submitting to companies for more than 30 years.
I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-881-6805.
ABC7 is proud to present Line Dance Central. Now you can learn popular country and not so country line dances from the comfort of your own home. Just visit mysuncoast.com, click on Entertainment, and you'll be kicking up your boots or flip-flops in no time. Brought to you by the White Buffalo Saloon and Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Hey, wake up. It is Friday morning. We finally made it to the beginning of the weekend. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi. It is 78 right now in Sarasota. You have to love that. 77 in Venice, 75 in Arcadia. So very nice conditions when you walk out the door. Now, what can we expect for today? Highs topping out in the low to mid-90s, and then scattered showers and storms late this afternoon and early this evening. Of course, Friday night football kicks off around 7:30. We'll just have to monitor the skies for that, but those should be wrapping up by probably after halftime, hopefully. And then right now the tropics are actually pretty quiet, but you know tomorrow happens to be the peak of the tropical season, statistically speaking. So anyway, don't let your guard down yet. We still have till November 30th until the end of the hurricane season is official. As far as our radar right now, everything looks pretty quiet. There's a few showers and storms here in the Gulf of Mexico, well off the coast here of the Suncoast, but everything quiet for our area. But like I said this afternoon, with that easterly flow around once again, that area of high pressure to our north, we could have those showers and storms trigger and ignite and possibly affect some of us. So you may want to bring your umbrella if you're going out this evening. Okay, as far as what's happening in the tropics, for the most part, our immediate area is very quiet, but off the coast of Africa, there is an area of disturbed weather. This is not organized, but the National Hurricane Center gives us about a 60% chance of developing into something stronger over the next 5 days. And if that happens, it is tracking closer to the Lesser Antilles, which is located right over here. But some of the forecasting models I've looked at this morning does take this into the open waters of the Atlantic and keeps it north and away from Florida. So, of course, that's good news. But remember, tomorrow is the peak of the hurricane season, and mid-September happens to be the time where we see most of the activity in the tropics. Right now, there's not a lot going on, and we can't let our guard down yet because it ends at the end of November, but just something to look at. And we do have a tropical wave off the southeast coast of Florida. This area of high pressure to our north could help to scoop that moisture into Florida and ramping up the rain chances as we get into the weekend. So about maybe a 40–50% chance of storms. But right now, still that dry air shows up in tan here, draping across the peninsula of Florida, and that's what's helping to cap out any sort of widespread shower activity. But around 5, maybe 6 p.m., a few showers and storms start to come into the area, and about 8 o'clock at night, we'll just have to watch the skies once again for that. All right, looking at our 7-day outlook, the rain chance does increase over the weekend and into early next week, and highs topping out in the lower 90s. And mind you, our average high for this time of the year is 89, so it looks like we're going to be well above that for the next several days. Guys?
Thanks, Josh. As far as our roadways this morning at 6:20, still clear out of Palmetto. No issues on the bridges there. Everything is moving along well. So is the interstate. That's clear in both directions. Looks like 41, 301 cleared up. Everything is clear into Sarasota. A couple hot spots there at the interstate as you get on at Fruitville Road and also as you get off there at Bee Ridge, but nothing to slow you down too much, probably just the light there. And as you head down into South Sarasota County, we're seeing clear roads, nothing to slow you down this morning. Well, we do have a lot of entertainment options this weekend, and if there's one person to find out what they are, we've got her for you.
ABC7, Linda Carson, and these are very colorful dressed events, which Linda is always very colorfully dressed, so it's perfect for her. She gives us today's Suncoast scene.
There it is. We've got a lot to be proud of here on the Suncoast. One thing is the amazing bromeliads that grow here. See for yourself at the Sarasota Bromeliad Society's 2016 show and sale. Bewitching bromeliads is the theme of the show at the Sarasota Garden Club this weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come out and I guarantee you'll find a bromeliad that will steal your heart. It's at the Sarasota Garden Club.
It's an event where all the members of the club bring in plants to have them judged in different categories. And then at the end of the judging, different people will win in the category that they've selected. And on Saturday night, we have a banquet where we hand out the awards, and we also have an auction, a rare plant auction.
There'll be more than 1,500 bromeliads, some very rare, a must-see for plant lovers.
Just to see a diverse selection of plants that you're not going to normally see anywhere. A lot of these plants come out of the members' collections, and most people don't really get to see these a lot.
It's going to be a great weekend here at Florida Studio Theater. All kinds of things are going on. Wait till you see the Gigi's.
Sisters, sisters. What you're going to experience is 60s music all the way to today's modern music featuring female artists. So it's a big palette of great tunes. You'll know how to sing along to all these songs. So it's a good show, toe-tapping show.
And Saturday night, the Florida Studio Theater presents improv.
You come in every Saturday night, 6:30 to 7:30. You can dine. 7:30 the show starts. And no two shows are the same because they are literally made up on the spot. It's live improv.
Want to take a trip to India without ever leaving the Suncoast and learn all about the culture from those who know it best? Well, come to the India Fest. It's at the Bradenton Area Convention Center on Saturday.
This year we have theme of History of India. So there will be a lot of fun, education, and there is a lot to see, a lot to enjoy this year.
There'll be live entertainment, educational exhibits, and vendors with everything from food to jewelry. That's Saturday, noon to 8.
Thank you, Linda. So much to check out.
Yes, and still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a lot to check out.
A 7-year mission now underway to pick up some dirt from space and deliver it back to Earth. We'll have the details just ahead.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. You started there right out of high school, learned your trade and did it well. And the asbestos you handled, well, that was just part of the job. If you worked in the trades and were diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available, then call us. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court.
Call 800-236-4994.
And see how we can help. Mesothelioma, don't fight it alone.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour quality selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade.
Seymour Savings.
It's the Buick 2016 model year sell down. Now get 20% below MSRP on select Encore models in stock. That's nearly $5,000 below MSRP on the 2016 Buick Encore.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
Welcome back. It's 6:26, and a NASA spacecraft has lifted off, starting a 7-year mission to a faraway asteroid.
Wow, that sounds really mysterious. Yeah. ABC's David Curley has the details.
In this morning's GMA First Look.
3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
With that, the chase is on. The target for this spaceship is the asteroid Bennu, a scheduled close encounter to take samples and answer some very big questions about the origins of life.
And I was crying, and I said, because we've just done something amazing.
It's a multi-year, 5 million mile mission to an asteroid which could actually have a close call with Earth, too.
It's what we call a global killer.
In the movie Armageddon, the fictional tale, Bruce Willis blows up an asteroid which is threatening Earth.
Press it!
But Bennu does have a 1 in 3,000 chance of hitting us. And we'll have more on the mission coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm David Curley, ABC News, Washington.
When you've got the ultimate high-potency probiotic working inside you, life feels a little lighter, a little livelier, a little more you. Take Ultimate Flora Probiotics and live digestively.
Allergies distracting you? When your symptoms start, doctors recommend taking non-drowsy Claritin every day of your allergy season. Claritin provides powerful, non-drowsy 24-hour relief for fewer interruptions from the amazing things you do every day. Live Claritin Clear.
One moment we're snuggling and the next he wants nothing to do with me.
Duke Meowington says you're ignoring his needs. How does that make you feel?
What? I give him treats. I take care of the litter box.
About what's in the box. You two should try Cat's Pride, Fresh and Light Ultimate Care.
Cats are complicated. Great litter is simple. Look for Fresh and Light Ultimate Care in the green jug, the best performing lightweight litter.
He would like you to pet him now. But just for 3 seconds or he'll scratch the crap out of you.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits on the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card.
We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the U.S. is now investigating after claims surfaced that North Korea testing more nuclear weapons.
Plus, Wells Fargo now under fire and paying up after being accused of fraudulent practices.
And we'll tell you why Sarasota is ranked one of the best in the state for sporting events.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
Along with Josh Stone, who's in for John Scalzi, I'm Don Brennan. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. And yeah, we're being recognized for our sporting personalities and winning smiles.
We've got it all, really. Sporting, well-being, beaches. You can't beat it.
And the weather.
And the weather. We didn't like the weather last week, but I'll take it this week.
Rebecca was up to her waist in floodwaters. I don't think
that was actually kind of fun. I gotta say, I missed that. That was really fun, getting to put on the boots and getting out there. I can't believe the streets got like that. It was my first, I guess, real hurricane coverage. So it was fun, actually.
So basically, this area simulated what Venice, Italy looks like.
I guess, right? Yeah. Just
you got to look at the bright side. Fortunately, a lot of people had to deal with those problems.
Yeah.
But anyway, no problems this morning. We walk outside. We walk into wonderful temperatures. 77 right now in Venice, 78 in Sarasota. It's 75 in Arcadia, and 73 over here in Lake Placid. And Sebring, good morning to you. It's looking pretty nice, so we're going to start our day very tranquil, everything quiet, radar, not much going on. But this afternoon, with that easterly wind around that ridge of high pressure to our north, wraps up the rain chance to about 30 to 40%. So we just have to watch the skies because, of course, tonight is what now, the second week of Friday Night Football. So the kickoff is about 7:30. Just have to look at what happens there. But I think we're going to be okay, but a few showers and storms could maybe come in and disrupt our games just for a little bit. So if you're going out there, you may want to bring your umbrella. We'll talk more about this, of course, the tropics coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks a lot, Josh. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways, unaffected by the weather right now, at least the weather that may be coming later this afternoon for the afternoon commute. But you see some hot spots there as 301 heading north as you approach State Road 64, and also as you're heading north into Palmetto on the Green Bridge. A little bit of backup there. Everything else moving along. In Manatee County, as you head into Sarasota County, some hot spots on 301 between Fruitville and University, and also on 41 as you approach Fruitville Road from the north. But everything else looking good.
Good. Well, topping our news this half hour, U.S. officials are looking into North Korea's latest test with nuclear weapons.
North Korea claims to have successfully tested a nuclear warhead which could be mounted on ballistics rockets. The tests created an explosion that registered as a 5.3 magnitude earthquake in North Korea. It's the country's fifth nuclear test and largest one yet. State Department spokesman John Kirby released a statement saying the U.S. is aware of the seismic activity at the test site and is monitoring and assessing the situation. A U.S. Air Force sniffer jet is joining 4 similar jets from Japan testing for radiation. A former U.S. ambassador to South Korea says issuing sanctions for the testing won't be enough.
I think we have to sit down with countries like China and go through what could be conceivable options that would physically slow this thing down.
Leaders in South Korea and Japan are also condemning the nuclear testing.
On the campaign trail, a new Florida poll shows Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump tied among likely general election voters. The Quinnipiac University poll has both the Democratic and Republican nominees at 43% support, almost the same as a survey conducted by Quinnipiac last month. Meanwhile, Libertarian Gary Johnson has 8% support, while Green Party candidate Jill Stein is polling at 2%. Exactly 2 months out from the election now, Quinnipiac also released polls in other key battleground states. Those show Trump with a slight lead in Ohio and Clinton with slight leads in North Carolina and Pennsylvania. In North Carolina, Quinnipiac found that Gary Johnson is polling at 15%. He'll need that amount in some national polls to be able to be included on the debate stage. Well, if the turnout for the August 30th primary election is any indication, November's general election could see big numbers in Florida. That's what Florida's Secretary of State believes after the primary results were formally certified this week. More than 2.9 million voters cast primary election ballots, and that's about a 24% turnout rate, the highest percentage for a primary since 2004.
We could anticipate as much as an 80% turnout and set a record. I think the highest number in the state of Florida was 1992, was 82%, but I'm looking for a very, very large turnout. And it's fortunate that in Florida we have many options for voters.
The presidential race likely will help boost turnout in the November 8th election, which also will include races for the U.S. Senate, House, and proposed constitutional amendments. In consumer news this morning, Wells Fargo is now under fire, accused of fraud on a massive scale, and they're being leveled with a landmark fine.
As well they should be. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the details.
The largest such payment in the history of the city attorney's office.
A $185 million fine.
This is a major victory for consumers. Consumers have to be able to trust their bank.
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and Los Angeles City Attorney accusing thousands of Wells Fargo employees of widespread illegal sales practices that included secretly using customer information to open more than 2 million savings and credit card accounts, sometimes causing extra fees. All done so employees could meet aggressive sales goals. Many of those customers had no idea these accounts even existed.
I have another account and I'll be putting more money in that other account.
That's sad, yeah. But I do look into my account, so I know what account is there and what shouldn't be there.
Wells Fargo is firing 5,300 employees in connection with the widespread scheme that spans at least 5 years. The bank has not admitted or denied wrongdoing, telling ABC News, while we regret every interaction that was not handled properly, the number of instances and team members involved represent a very small portion of our business. But ethics professor Joellen Posner is not letting Wells Fargo executives off the hook.
If a bank is really a trustworthy institution, then its managers and its top brass should know what's happening at very low levels of the organization.
Now, Wells Fargo has said that it will automatically put money back into the bank accounts of anyone who was affected. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
At least 2 Suncoast colleges are looking to open their doors to students displaced by this week's closure of ITT Tech. The move has left thousands of employees and students wondering what's next. The State College of Florida says those students have other options. They say not only do they have many of the same programs previously offered by ITT, but in many cases, the classes are also less expensive. Manatee Technical College is also looking to attract students.
Welcoming students with open arms. Anyone from ITT is welcome to come here. We will do our very best to give them advanced placement if they've already started a program.
State College of Florida and Manatee Tech are now accepting applications.
If you have a new Samsung phone and are flying anytime soon, the FAA is warning you not to use your phone on the plane, and not for the normal reasons. The warning comes after Samsung's recall of Samsung Galaxy Note 7 smartphones. We're receiving complaints that the phone's battery catches fire. The company said a week ago it was stopping sales of the phones altogether and would recall 2.5 million of them in 10 countries. Now the FAA doesn't want passengers to turn on or charge the Note 7 phones while on board planes. It also doesn't want people to stow them in any checked baggage. Punta Gorda Airport is celebrating a big achievement. The Charlotte County Airport Authority says the 12-month passenger total has exceeded 1 million passengers passengers for the first time ever. From August 2015 to August 2016, 1,014,000 passengers flew in or out of the Punta Gorda Airport. Passenger counts also increased by 35% between August of last year and August of this year. It's the 35th month in a row that the airport has seen an increase in passenger traffic.
Sarasota County earning a top honor for continuing to bring in sports competitors from around the world. The county's Parks, Recreation, and Natural Resources Department receiving the Excellence in Sports Tourism Award at the Florida Recreation and Park Association Annual Conference in Orlando. Around 80 sporting events were held at the Sarasota County facilities last year, which brought in more than $33 million. Athletes from around the world are coming to the Suncoast to take part in competitions at Nathan Benderson Park, the renovated BMX track, and other top-notch facilities. And the Buccaneers, they opened their NFL season Sunday at 1 in Atlanta, but last night a Super Bowl rematch was kicking off the NFL season. Denver hosting Carolina in a rematch of the Super Bowl, and just like last February, the Panthers still cannot beat the Broncos. Denver's dominant defense came up big against Cam Newton, and the Broncos escaped with a 21-20 victory. The Panthers looked like they could avenge their Super Bowl loss with 4 seconds to go, but Graham Gano misses a 50-yard field goal, and the Broncos had their win. The Bradenton Marauders had to wait until last night to find out that they will play the Tampa Yankees in the Florida State League Championship Series. That begins tonight at 6:30 at McKechnie Field. In fact, because it's the Yankees and their stadium is under renovation in Tampa, all the games out of the best-of-5 series will be played at McKechnie Field. And the Pirates Director of Operations for Florida, Trevor Gooby, is leaving after the series to take a vice president job with the Seattle Mariners. And the Pirates sent me an official statement saying in part that while we're happy for Trevor, we will miss him professionally and personally, and we'll find it challenging to find someone to do the 5 jobs that he's done so superbly for 12 years. So,
oh, wow.
yes, so
that's
good.
A great message that they sent out.
That is. So hopefully he can leave on a perfectly winning note, although I talked to the mayor of Bradenton also yesterday, and he said, we just put him on the tourism board, and now he's leaving.
No.
We think so highly of him. He's
Yeah.
done so much for the community, not just the Pirates organization. But the
Well,
community.
Seattle's very blessed to get him.
Yes.
He'll be missed.
He will. He may be going to rainy weather.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They have a lot of rain there, right? Seattle?
It does. It's more like a mist.
Oh, okay.
But there's a lot of
constantly
mist.
misty.
Exactly.
Kind of like it's constantly sticky here. All right, so you got your our forecast for us coming up after the break.
I do. And of course, tonight's Friday Night Football.
Yep.
We'll see if we're going to get any rain affecting any of the games. So we'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nannies has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Temperatures on the Suncoast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Granny Nannies. We've been making house calls for over 25 years. When you need home health care services, there really is no place like home.
Grandma! A helping hand and a gentle heart.
So good to see you on this Friday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. And right now it is 78 here at the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport. The wind out of the east and northeast at 6 miles per hour. Not a big deal as far as the wind, the intensity of it, but we will have that easterly wind component that's going to help influence our weather like we've had for the last several days. So for our radar right now, everything very quiet. There's a few showers out here in the Gulf of Mexico and here off the coast of the Atlantic here on the eastern side of Florida. But right now on top of us, everything is, well, pretty tranquil. We do have, once again, this layer of dry air pretty much capping out the atmosphere, limiting the widespread shower activity. But I think that's going to break down and erode as more moisture from the south will start to sneak in here over the weekend and help make that rain chance go up. As far as the tropics go, our immediate area, very quiet. Off the coast of Africa, not so much, especially what we have here. Something to look at. National Hurricane Center has this at a 60% chance of developing into something over the next 5 days. However, some of the computer forecasting models I've looked at does take this close to the Lesser Antilles, which is right here, but then tracks it to the north and northwest and basically in the open waters of the Atlantic. So I don't think we're going to have to be concerned about this one, but we're going to keep an eye on it, just something to monitor. And once again, we are in the peak of the tropical season now. Tomorrow, officially, statistically speaking, is the peak of the hurricane season, and we have to go all the way to November 30th until finally the season ends. So we can't let our guard down just yet. But we do have a tropical wave here to the south and east of Florida that I think is going to slowly track this way and then be picked up by this area of high pressure and help to be scooped up and brought into the area. And that's what's going to help increase the moisture chance over the weekend. Boy, they were dealing with some severe weather through the Midwest over the last couple of days thanks to this front and basically the remnants of Hurricane Newton that tracked all the way from Mexico and into Arizona, New Mexico. But that has gone. And it's just dispersed, and we're looking at some of the showers and storms over here in the Midwest. Once again, the tan color depicts the dry air on top of the peninsula of Florida. And as far as our futurecast goes, well, for this afternoon, late this afternoon and early this evening, a few showers and storms could get going. For our Friday night football, kickoff is at 7:30. Just something to monitor there. We may have to bring our umbrella to the game, but I don't think it's going to be a wash-up by any means. But you can see over the next 24 hours, we do have that moisture that comes in here from the southeast due to that tropical wave, and that's going to help increase the rain chance over the weekend. Next several days, low 90s, but the rain chance will be about 40 to 50%. Rebecca?
Thank you, Josh. As far as your commute this Friday morning at 6:49, still looking pretty good out of Palmetto. The bridges are clear at this point. A couple hot spots there on 301 and 41 right at the State Road 70 intersection. 41 southbound a little slow, 301 northbound a little bit slow. No accidents, no crashes. The interstate is clear from Manatee County down into Sarasota County. Looks like the arteries out to 75 are moving along nicely, as well as 41 into Venice and Northport. Well, it's no surprise that regular exercise can help your health, but new research suggests that it could also help your wallet.
Really? That's good to know. Yes, save money.
Get leaner and save some money.
Get ripped. Yes. Now, researchers from around the country studied more than 26,000 people that they found that those who said they exercised tended to enjoy lower medical costs and fewer visits to the doctor. The effects were most dramatic in those who suffer from heart disease. The report shows that patients with heart disease who exercise saved about $2,500 a year on medical bills compared to those who don't exercise. Those without heart disease saved about $500 a year.
There we go. We like that kind of news. So get moving on a Friday.
Pay it forward.
Yes.
Indeed.
End the week right. So we'll still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Too sweet to handle. We'll show you why a 3-year-old girl with a big sweet tooth is going viral.
Hurricane season is here.